Hey guys, I'm here bringing you some Call of Duty 4 gameplay, beasting on some news, making them cry. But it's okay. I'm Optic. So lately I've been pondering in my mind. I've been wanting to tell you guys a story, a little bit about me, a huge part of a huge story for me. Probably the worst situation that ever happened to me. You know, it probably will affect me for the rest of my life. Um, so let's get started with the story. The story really begins a week before the actual incident. Having this dream. Oh, okay. I'm having this dream, right? I'm 14 years old, and I'm having I'm making love with this girl, and you know, we're doing it, whatever. I don't remember having a specific dream of the whatever. I guess I could call it intercourse or whatever. I remember specifically doing that, but you know, in a point in the dream, I have a baby, right? And I'm holding that baby. I'm cradling it into my arms, and all of a sudden, I wake up and I look to my left. I look to my right, and the baby's not there. And I look around my room. I just can't find it, and it just at that moment I felt like for a whole week I felt what depression was. I felt like something was just ripped out of my soul, a huge part of it. So I didn't have internet at home at the time, so I go to school. I sit down on the computer. I'm typing up like stuff like is it normal for a 14-year-old kid to want a child right now? And I can't find anything. I'm frustrated as freak. I'm just like I'm wondering what the hell's going on with me. And so at that moment, two of my supposedly friends come over, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah. How you guys been? How was your day yesterday?" Yeah, it was good, whatever. And you know, you guys can probably figure out where the story's going. So they're like, "Hey, type in porn," And at first I was like, No, I'm good. I'm busy right now. I really want to figure this out." They looked at what I was typing and they're like, "Oh, so you want a kid, huh?" Started making fun of me, and I was like, "Yeah, shut up, guys." So but it's okay. I'm optic. So I finally gave in after like them 30 minutes just bothering me. I finally give in. I pull up another tab. And this is where it all goes wrong. Usually I have this, like, I don't know if any of you do, but I have this capability of just looking through other people's eyes and looking at myself and how I would look. And at that moment I didn't do it, because if I would have done that, I would have realized, okay, there's a tall kid to my left and a short kid to my right, just looking over my shoulder into a computer, giggling. And I didn't realize that. And that's when I guess the librarian looks over and sees something suspicious. She comes over. She's like, "What's going on, guys?" I actually was able to see her come over, and so I erased the history, part of the history only. And she pulls up, I don't know what she did with the computer. She pulled up some kind of, I think, software or something. I didn't completely delete the browsing history. I was not computer savvy back then, so I wasn't able to delete everything. And she pulls it up and she sees it. She takes all three of our IDs away, and this is where all starts going downhill. I'm realizing, holy crap, my school career is over for doing this. What have I got myself into? I'm so dumb. And so they take us to the vice principal's office, and there, they interview each and one of us individually, and I'm the first one, right? So I was the one sitting down. I was the one typing, and so I sit down. She's like, What'd you do?" And I told her, "Well, I was in the computer and I looked at porn." And she just gave me a face like, "Really, really? Tell me the whole damn story." So I'm like, okay. So I was trying to research some stuff, and they came over. I told her all the whole story, and then she pulled up some papers. She's like, "Where were you looking for this?" And apparently it was the Google Google page I pulled up of me typing, "Is it normal for a 14-year-old kid to want a baby?" And I was like, yeah, I typed that up. And she's like, why? And explained her the dream I had, and she's like, oh, do you think sex education classes should be available at the school? And I was like, yeah, I think it'd really benefit a lot of us since at this age, especially. And that she gobbled that up so good. I mean, I was just like, I just saw a little grin, just like, yeah. I could basically read her mind, like, oh man, this kid's nice. He knows what he's talking about. I had her on the palm of my hand. So in the end, I told the truth. I didn't lie to anything, cause it's pretty basic. Don't lie, and you won't get as much trouble. I told the truth, and I only got 3 days in school suspension, which was awful, really awful. Just sit in a cubicle and just look at the freaking wall for 3 days. I didn't get any lessons, which made me fall slightly behind in schoolwork. And oh wait, before I get there, the worst part when she was interviewing me, the worst part was she picks up the phone and tells me, "Call your dad." And through this whole interview, I was like, I'm confident, man. I'm gonna get through this like nothing. I'm gonna escape Alcatraz. And she makes me call my dad, and that was the hardest part for me. Just having to pick up the phone and tell him, just hear him say hello. And I was like, Dad, I got in trouble at school. And then I just started crying, because it was just like the most respected man I know, right? The guy I respect the most, and I did this, and I disappointed him. It was just awful. I started crying, and all that. So throughout the day was over, I got in school suspension. So he picks me up, and through the whole day, we go to the supermarket and everything, and he doesn't say a word. He just keeps quiet, and then I'm thinking in my mind, wow, he must have forgot or something. I did a pretty bad act, but I got away with it. So, but no, at the end, we came home. He closed the door in my room, and he's talked to me. He's like, in the end, he said a lot of words to me, a lot of meaning words. In the end, he's just like, you did it. Don't do it again. You lost a lot of respect for me. Just don't do it again. And that's it. We hugged, and we went on with our lives. But this really affected me, because in high school I haven't had trouble with this problem. The vice principal said this problem will continue with you through high school and through college. And when I get to college, I think this might pop up, and it might affect my usage of technology in college. So, guys, just I hope you listen to this whole story. Never do stuff like this. Don't be dumb. In a way, it was a good experience for me, because I became a strong-willed person. I'm hard to break. If you try to force me to do something, I will not do it. And just don't do stupid stuff. You learn from your mistakes, guys. Thanks for listening. If you listen to this whole thing, peace out, dogs.